William and Harry are joined by Kate to pay tribute to their mother Diana with a poignant visit to the Kensington Palace garden planted in her memory, on the eve of the 20th anniversary of her tragic death. The Duke of Cambridge and Prince Harry have paid tribute to their late mother Diana, Princess of Wales, with a poignant visit to her memorial garden at Kensington Palace on the eve of the 20th anniversary of her death. Sheltering from the downpour with umbrellas, William and Harry, joined by the Duchess of Cambridge, toured the White Garden, which has been planted in the princess's memory to mark 2 decades since she died. Fans of Diana, who was killed in a Paris car crash on August 31, 1997, have already begun leaving floral tributes and pictures of the princess at the gates of the palace, which was her home from 1981 until her death. The hour-minute-long engagement, which will also see them meet with representatives from some of the charities that Diana supported, is bound to be a bittersweet moment for the two brothers. While they are both keen to use the anniversary of her loss to pay tribute to the princess as a role model and champion of the underprivileged, she was, above and beyond, a devoted mother who never got to see her sons grow into adulthood or meet the grandchildren she would no doubt have spoiled rotten. Her sons have been speaking candidly about their mother for the first time in the run-up to the 20th anniversary of her death, describing the personal anguish they experienced and the grief they still feel. During an interview for an ITV documentary about his mother this summer, Harry said, "There's not a day that William and I don't wish that she was still around." Diana's charity work, coupled with compassion and empathy for those she met, earned her former Prime Minister Tony Blair's moniker as the People's Princess. The princes recently took part in a series of candid interviews about their traumatic loss, with Harry revealing he went through 2 years of total chaos as he struggled to come to terms with his mother's death before eventually seeking counseling at his brother's suggestion. Kate, 35, who was dressed smartly today in a green Prada dress, never met the late Princess of Wales, but during her 2010 engagement interview with William she hailed her an inspirational woman to look up to and said she would have loved to have met her. She told ITV's Tom Bradby, "Obviously to this day and going forward and things, you know, it is a wonderful family, the members who I've met have achieved a lot and are very inspirational, and so, yes, I do think about Diana." Meanwhile, in a recent GQ interview William revealed, "I would love my mother to have met Catherine and to have seen the children grow up. It makes me sad that she won't, that they will never know her." The garden at Diana's former home is today filled with white flowers and foliage and was inspired by memories of her life, style, and image, such as her white Elvis Catherine Walker dress. It features white roses, scented narcissi, and a carpet of forget-me-nots around the existing sunken garden, of which the princess was particularly fond. The garden has been open since spring, and will continue into September with white roses, lilies, gladioli, and cosmos, according to Kensington Palace. The White Gardens follow a tradition first established at Sissinghurst Castle in Kent, to create peaceful and contemplative spaces where visitors can reflect. The royal brothers and Kate were met by head gardener Sean Harkin and shown some of Diana's favorite flowers. They also spoke to another gardener, Graham Dillamore, who knew the princess from working at the palace over 30 years ago. William and Harry also met representatives from the charities supported by Diana in the final years of her life, including Great Ormond Street Hospital, the National AIDS Trust, the Leprosy Mission, Royal Marsden Hospital, English National Ballet and Centrepoint. A Kensington Palace spokeswoman said, "The engagement will allow the princes to pay tribute to the life and work of their mother the day before the 20th anniversary of her death. Together, they will reflect on the significant achievements of the princess, and the legacy of her work which continues to resonate with so many today." Among the charity representatives due to meet the royal family is Dr. Ken Rutherford, a landmine survivor who accompanied Diana on her final trip to Bosnia and now works in the Department for Political Science at James Madison University, U.S. "For me, it is an honor to be part of recognizing someone who was so charismatic she actually changed the world," he said. And now her sons, in such an uncomplicated way, are connecting the dots of her life and continuing her legacy. "When I met Prince Harry in April, his first question was, Did my mother make a difference? For landmine survivors, she changed everything. Anne Chalmers, Chief Executive of Child Bereavement UK, said, "It's a real honour for Child Bereavement UK to be invited to this special event." Diana, Princess of Wales, attended the launch of our charity, helping raise the profile of our work from the outset, and it has been wonderful to have the Duke of Cambridge continue that connection as our royal patron. I never had the privilege of meeting the Princess of Wales personally, but was always struck by the depth of her compassion and her incredible ability to relate to people at all levels, whilst shining a light on issues many people instinctively shied away from. When the temporary tribute was unveiled in the spring, Mr. Harkin recalled how the princess would take the time to talk to the workers who cared for the sunken garden. They remember Princess Diana coming by and she would stop and she would admire the changing floral displays in the garden, he said. And we change them over in springtime and in summer, so it can look quite different. And she would stop and she would have a chat with the gardeners and comment on all their hard work. Neither William nor Harry are expected to take part in any official engagements on the anniversary of their mother's death on Thursday. It is also understood Prince Charles, who was seen driving himself to church yesterday, will not take part in any engagements as he continues his annual break at Birk Hall, his home in the Scottish Highlands. The Queen and other royals are holidaying at nearby Balmoral, where the family were told of Diana's death on August 31, 1997. William and Kate have just moved back to Kensington Palace, their official royal residence where Diana lived from 1981 until her death, after the prince gave up his part-time job as an air ambulance pilot in Norfolk. Yesterday the palace confirmed the couple would be steadily increasing the number of duties they undertake on behalf of the Queen and announced a string of engagements to kickstart their new roles, which come after 96-year-old Prince Philip retired earlier this year. Their upcoming meetings include a visit to a children's centre for Kate, while William will speak at the National Mental Health and Policing Conference, and hold a reception for the England under-20s football team. As well as increasing their royal duties, they will continue their work for their own charities, including their Heads Together campaign on mental health. Meanwhile, Prince George, 4, starts at Thomas's School in Battersea, southwest London, next Thursday, September 6.